Hello, we just saw Palantir at the end of January break through $40 intraday. Oh my carp. This happened for 2 days in a row, but on both attempts getting rejected, and we saw it pull back all the way to $31. With the fourth quarter 2020 earnings call coming on next Tuesday, the next week could be absolutely monumental. Let's talk about all the news, updates, and what I see happening as we once and for all end 2020 and move into all things 2021 for Palantir. Stay tuned. Keep it simple. For those of you new to the channel, I am the Simple Trader and I share with you stocks that I have bought or are looking to buy that could have explosive exponential growth potential. No, I am not a financial advisor, so please understand this is all for entertainment only. Full disclosure, I started a position in Palantir back in late November and managed to sniper my way in on an average cost basis of $18 when it was going on that parabolic uptrend. No more plugging, let's start drilling. Okay, before all the updates and news, let's put into context what a crazy last 2 weeks we have seen with Palantir. Since my last video update on Palantir, which was released on January the 19th, I knew a potential pop was coming. Okay, on this channel I try to keep it as simple as possible, but sometimes when the technicals are so blatant, I need to highlight this to you guys. So if you watch my last video, you would know that I showed you a wedge pattern formation, which indicates a potential breakout, which I predicted was going to the upside with so many catalysts coming, like the Palantir live demo day. The pattern now forms a wedge, and the price action is due to break through either upwards or downwards. I predict it will push higher due to some of the following coming catalysts. Well, literally 3 days after my video upload, we saw Palantir explode from $25 to $32, a crazy 28% pop in one day. And it didn't even end there. The next day it further gapped up to close at $36. Then we see the all-time intraday high of $45 reached on the 27th of January, representing an 80% upside from $25. That's just pretty disgusting. Since then, the stock price has sold off quite dramatically and pulled back quite hard to a low of $31 before going back up to $38. Now, it's since pulled back again to $33, and I think it looks likely to consolidate within this $33 to $38 range, considering we have fourth quarter results coming in next Tuesday that could determine a breakout to the upside or downside. Why I think that is because it's quite interesting that we have another wedge pattern forming. So if we continue to see some consolidation within this zone, it could lead to another aggressive breakout. A simple way that I use to gauge the sentiment is to see the 9-day EMA over the 20-day EMA, which we have in this case. Generally, for me, the further apart the EMAs are from each other, the better the bullish sentiment. Okay, on the 26th of January, we had Palantir live demo day. After listening to some of it, all I can say is as an investor and not a technical investor, watching the first 30 minutes, I literally fell asleep. It was, though, an overwhelming success, and we see this reflected as the stock price jumped up to its intraday record high on the next day following this. There was a huge amount of insight from how the software platforms Foundry, Gotham and Apollo work, but my main takeaway from demo day is this, and listen to what the COO says and see if you get what I get after hearing this.
The core thing that I'm really excited about is that after years and years of investing maniacally in helping our customers generate alpha, we are at the point now where you can really see how upgrading the product, upgrading Foundry, upgrading Gotham, upgrades the customer's business. You know, upgrading Gotham upgrades your weapon system. Upgrading Foundry upgrades your company. It does this by connecting your company. It does this by delivering this crucial leverage to connect strategy and operations immediately. And I think this is just profoundly powerful. And it's a result of over 15 years of hard work and focus on alpha generation. You know, we didn't just stop at beta. We're not just making you more efficient. We're actually making you more competitive. And with every update and every release of the software, we're making you more and more competitive. So before we start the demos here, it's always good to start from first principles, to remind ourselves of how we think about our products and what we're trying to accomplish. And so we think of our platforms as operating systems for the modern enterprise. And that word operating is so important to us. We are not just a data platform. We're not analytics. We're trying to make our customers better, not just smarter. Analytics give you insights. How do you turn these insights into decisions? How do you turn those decisions into alpha? And that alpha is really captured on the front lines. It's captured in the factory floor. It's captured in the assembly lines. It's captured on the battlefield. We accomplish this by building and enabling connected organizations, connected companies, connected departments, connected institutions.
So, what I'm hoping you got from this is the key elements that Shaima Sankar highlights, which is that Palantir strives to be a total operating system and not just a platform for data analytics. Further to data analytics, Palantir also focuses on getting the alpha generation, which in turn powers decision making at the critical stages and levels within an organization. It also sinks in the power of the platform as it continuously updates, meaning it puts the customer above and beyond the competition, which will be big moving forwards. And for the business model of Palantir, it means recurrent revenues. On January the 19th, Palantir announced they have been selected by Pacific Gas and Electric Company, PG&E, to deploy their Foundry software to a single integrated platform to give decision makers a real-time complete operational picture. This is a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract, which is a huge milestone as it represents the first time Palantir Foundry is being used by a major US utilities operation, and it has plans to further expand in all aspects within the company's operations. Simply put, as I have been drilling for some time, I really believe Palantir software will slowly creep into all industries, and this is just my opinion, but those who are not adopting it or even anything similar to it will just get left behind. On January the 21st, Palantir announced that Laura Friedman Stat has been appointed to Palantir's Board of Directors and Audit Committee. This is big, as she brings 15 years of experience at Accenture, where she served as a senior advisor to Fortune 100 companies. Now, her expertise that she developed was in the healthcare business, and she held multiple roles there. We know that Palantir already have a foothold within the FDA, so this could be a strong appointment moving forwards. On the 5th of February, Palantir announces an extended partnership with BP, British Petroleum, to support BP as it works towards an ambition to become the net zero company by 2050 or sooner. Palantir will provide software to BP at enterprise level with global deployment across the organization in a multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal. It should be noted Palantir and BP have partnered up since 2014, and Palantir has been key in BP's acceleration in digital transformation. Check this, BP has now committed to using Palantir's Foundry software for 5 more years and will apply it to new areas of business to further accelerate BP's strategic digitalization. Simply put, this is another clear demonstration of why I am so bullish on Palantir, as we see BP has been using Palantir software since 2014 and continues to use it moving forward. Essentially, what I see is any new customer of Palantir is very likely to be a long-term customer. So essentially, what we have is a viral situation with Palantir's business model as we move forward in global penetration and, more importantly, commercial penetration. I really see Palantir having a blockbuster 2021 breakout year. Okay, on the 9th of February, we perhaps have the most bullish news on Palantir in these few weeks, which is they have signed a partnership deal with IBM. Palantir will merge hybrid cloud, artificial intelligence, data processing, and operational technology into a new product for business clients called Palantir for IBM Cloud Pak. This is just simply an explosive cash cow in the making, and I quote from IBM Senior Vice President Rob Thomas. Now, we can go to any customer in the world and they can quickly get into production using AI. End quote. Why do I think this is going to be big? Well, I quote from the COO of Palantir, There's no question that this is the largest partnership we've done, end quote. Simply put, I really think the market has not caught on to just how significant this is. This partnership will breed a new product that will target the commercial segment, which is the segment I've been saying that if Palantir can start taking market share, will be the game changer that sends a stock to the moon. I think this could be the stepping stone that kickstarts the snowball effect. And guess what? We're only in February with the world still in shock and lockdowns from COVID-19. I see huge things moving deeper into 2021 and beyond. Okay, back in mid-January, the institutional ownership was at 12%, but as of the 12th of February, this has gone up to close to 19%, meaning a huge 7% of float has been transferred to the institutions. This is suspect for me, as it shows the smart money is piling in, but at the same time, we saw some major institutions like Citibank coming out with ridiculous price targets of $15, as I covered in my previous video. Now come on guys, if this isn't blatant market, I don't know what is. Okay, so what is Aunt Kathy and ARK Invest doing? Yes, you can guess it. They are slowly loading up the boat. Since my last video, they have added close to 300,000 shares, accumulating a total position of 2.36 million shares. Now the weighting has gone up since January, but I'm really hoping and kind of expecting that ARK will continue to load the boat, and I think we will see Palantir move up the ladder on the ARK W in the near future. To summarize, I think Palantir will trade in the $33 to $38 range all the way up to the fourth quarter earnings next week. I'm expecting a huge fourth quarter result, and as a result of this, I would not be surprised based on past performance that we finally see a big pop and breakthrough of $40 and holding above this for good. Even if we don't see this instant pop, I believe by the bullish sentiment and technical squeeze that April will be trading above $50. I mean, we saw what a couple of contracts with BP and IBM can do to move this stock. As more and more institutions load up, it also means this stock is finally not going to get shorted like crazy in the past. Moving forwards, we clearly see monthly contract wins all coming from different sectors, governments and continents. As I piece together all the information from the technicals to the fundamentals, from the news, contract and speculation, it all seems to add nuclear fuel to my bullish sentiment and price target, which I know sounds crazy but stands at $500 within 5 years. That's simply because I really see and believe in the exponential monopolistic potential here. Remember, this is a Peter Thiel investment. Let me know your thoughts, as I'd love to hear them, especially if you have alternative feelings or information towards this stock. Finally, I must mention this to you. If you are looking to start a position in Palantir, there is one thing you need to put into context and consider, which is the lockout period expiration will be 3 days after the fourth quarter results. Essentially, this means the insider shareholders within the company are finally allowed to sell their shares, considering some of these employees have been holding shares for like 10 years or more. I do think some of them will sell some, since the stock price has more than tripled since IPO. What does this mean? Well, this could then drop the share price in the short term, as the supply would suddenly be increased on the market. We've seen this with other stocks, but long term, inevitably, the stock price will creep back up. So if it was me, I would look for this potential drop and look to buy in when I see a big red day coming on Friday or the following Monday. But this is just my speculation, and it may or may not even happen. So please don't take my word for it. I'm just raising this to you as a potential catalyst for a great entry point, or a point to load up the boat. Thank you for watching, and remember that I do have a strong position in Palantir. So please do your own due diligence and only risk what you can afford to lose in these growth stock plays. Speak to a professional before you look to invest any of your money. If you are interested in other huge growth stocks that I have in my portfolio, please check out my other videos. For more huge growth stock picks, analysis and updates, please stay tuned and consider subscribing to my channel so you get all the information first. I am the Simple Trader. I try to keep this fairly simple, and will simply see you next time.